Hello and welcome to Idea TV News Updates. I am Mary Ojumajo. We begin with the headlines. Nigerian troops recover army truck stolen by IPOB and ECN. Syria partners with visa to boost digital economy. And Dimension Data Nigeria raises 2 billion naira for digital infrastructure. Amazon eyes Kenya for satellite internet expansion. Ghana pushes sustainable aviation fall for net zero by 2050. And away from Africa, US and Iran holds third round of talks to avert conflict. In business, Hub 2 economy back ECOBANK to link 200 million mobile wallets. In health, ZULUM set security resettlement project completion as 2026 priorities. And finally in sport, Nigerian Custom supports athletic training grants. And now the news in full. Troops of the 34 Artillery Bridge in Obize have recovered a Nigerian army truck stolen during an attack by suspected members of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra and its armed wing, the Eastern Security Network, in Oru in September 2023. The vehicle was retrieved on February 25, 2026 at Moto Valley Community. Security source said the attackers had attempted to cancel the truck by repainting it black, but troops were able to identify and reclaim it. Other vehicles allegedly seized from civilians were also recovered during the operation by the Joint Task Force. Military authorities confirmed that efforts are ongoing to track down members of the criminal group and restore normalcy to affected communities, emphasizing continued vigilance against attack in the region. In another news, Syria Ministry of Communication and Information Technology has signed a partnership with Visa to accelerate the country's digital economy. The agreement signed at Visa's San Francisco headquarters aims to support micro, small, and medium enterprises by promoting digital payments, access to financial services, and the digitalization of everyday business transactions. The collaboration will also focus on fintech innovation, including the creation of a regulatory sandbox, cybersecurity initiative, upskilling program, and access to visa counseling services. A detected serial fintech innovation competition will provide setups with regional and international exposure to investors and ecosystem partners. Minister Abdullah Sam said the partnership reflects Syria's priority to build sustainable digital service for citizens and businesses, while Visa Censor Vice President Lila highlighted the goal of establishing a future-ready payment ecosystem combining Syria's national digital strategy with Visa global payment expertise. And now the integrated IT solution firm Dimension Data Nigeria has raised 20 billion naira through a bond program under Dimension Data SPV Funding PLC, following approval from the Security and Exchange Commission. The capital raised is aimed at supporting long-term investment in critical digital infrastructure to strengthen Nigeria's digital ecosystem. The bond will expand network capacity, enhance reliance, and support carrier-grade and enterprise service to meet rising data demand. Managing Director Benga Olabeyi said the investment will further improve operations and enable efficiency scaling while preventing equity partners noted the oversubscribed issuance signals strong investor confidence in the company's growth strategy. The initiative aligned with Nigeria's broader digital infrastructure push, including Project Bridge, a public-private partnership to deploy 90,000 kilometers of fiber across the country. The project aims to increase internet penetration to over 70%, lower access costs by 60%, and contribute to national economic growth. And in another news, Amazon is in talks with the Kenyan to expand its low Earth orbit satellite broadband network across the country. A delegation led by the Amazon Farouk Shiman Jiwa met with Kenya's Minister of Information, Communication and the Digital Economy to explore ways to deliver faster, affordable internet to undeserved and remote communities. Kenya's digital market is growing rapidly with over 60 million mobile internet subscriptions, yet internet access remains uneven, leaving millions offline. The initiative aims to support the country's digital transformation agenda, enhancing e-learning, digital services, healthcare delivery and opportunities to businesses and young people. The move would place Amazon in a competitive market already dominated by Safaricom and Starlink, which provide both mobile and satellite connectivity. While discussions are still in the early stages, the partnership reflects Kenya's increasing role as a hub for innovative digital infrastructure. The Ghana Civil Aviation Authority has launched visibility and implementation studies on sustainable aviation fuel, aiming to transition the aviation sector to net zero carbon emission by 2050. The initiative aligned with international targets set by the International Civil Aviation Organization and seeks to integrate green aviation into national policy, certification and fuel supply framework. Visibility studies supported by ICAO and funded by the UK Department for Transport shows Ghana has significant potentials to produce SAF using agricultural residues and existing refueling infrastructure. Officials say sustainable aviation fuel could cut life cycle carbon emissions from aircraft by up to 80% while creating new economic opportunities in agriculture and energy. GCAA Director General Reverend Stephen Wilfred Arthur described the initiative as a significant milestone in Ghana's green aviation journey. The program positioned the country as a potential regional leader in sustainable aviation, supporting broader environmental commitment and aviation industry global net zero roadmap. We'll go on a quick break now. The news continues when we return.
"5G technology. 5G technology promises to be a game changer by delivering ultra-fast internet speeds, low latency, and the ability to connect millions of devices seamlessly. It's going to fuel the future of smart cities, autonomous vehicles, and IoT devices, allowing them to communicate in real time. However, 5G rollout isn't without hurdles. High costs of infrastructure and regulatory issues in some regions have slowed down implementation. By 2026, the 5G market is expected to be valued at $667.90 billion, with the US, China, and South Korea leading the change. The challenge? Cybersecurity risks and data privacy will remain top concerns as more devices become connected.
Welcome back. If you're just joining, this is Idea TV News Update. Now the rest of the news. And away from Africa, US and Iranian officials met in Geneva today for the third round of indirect talks aimed at averting a potential conflict over Iran's nuclear program. Mediated by Umar, the discussion lasted 3 hours, while negotiation exchanging creative and positive ideas, but no agreement has been reached yet. The talks comes amid the largest U.S. military buildup in the Middle East since 2003, including 2 aircraft carriers and fighter jets. President Donald Trump has threatened to limit strike if Iran refuses a deal, while Iran insists its nuclear program is solely for peaceful purposes and has rejected U.S. demand to halt enrichment. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas emphasizes that Iran will under no circumstances even develop a nuclear weapon, calling the talks an historic opportunity for an unprecedented agreement. The negotiation continues as the world watches closely for progress and the potential to prevent escalation. And now in business, AVERT fintech hub 2 has signed a memorandum of understanding with ECOBANK to connect more than 200 million mobile wallets to the bank's Pan-Africa platform. The partnership will create a unified payment gateway, allowing merchant fintech and remittance operators to proceed cross-border transactions without multiple technical integrations. The first phase will focus on the West Africa Economic and Monetary Union and the Economic and Monetary Community for Central Africa, where mobile money adoption is high. By integrating Hub2 mobile money network with EcoBank settlement infrastructure, users will gain seamless access to multiple banking markets and payment channels across Africa. The initiative strengthens EcoBank's digital payment and e-commerce reach while supporting financial inclusion for millions of unbanked and underbanked users. Hub2 co-CEO Jane Remy said the move aimed to accelerate digital trade and provide uninterrupted payment infrastructure for African businesses at scale. And now in health, Borno State Governor Babangida Umar Zulum has assured residents that all ongoing projects under his administration will be completed, with security settlement of displaced persons, reconstruction and social protection topping the 2026 agenda. Speaking at the last Executive Council meeting of the year, Zulum emphasized that protecting lives and property remains central to his government priorities. The governor pledged increased investment to address humanitarian challenges caused by insurgency, including the resettlement and rehabilitation of Boko Haram victims. He stressed that reconstruction and social protection program will continue to support affected communities, ensuring that no project is left unfinished. He also commended journalists for their role in supporting Borno recovery, while the Executive Council reviewed key achievements and outlined strategic priorities for the year ahead, focusing on security, social welfare, and infrastructure completion. And finally, in sports, the Nigerian Customs Service, under Control General Adewale Adeyemi, has provided critical backing to the National Sports Commission Athlete Training Grant Program. The initiative aimed to strengthen elite athletes' preparation ahead of major international competition, including the upcoming Commonwealth Games. 26 athletes from various sports recently received training grants worth millions of naira. The support covers quality coaching, enhanced nutrition, modern training, equipment, and exposure to competitive events, helping athletes focus fully on preparation without financial distraction. Adeyemi, also president of the Nigerian Wrestling Federation, is known for championing structured funding and athlete welfare. His commitment to Nigerian sports was evident during the recent African Cup of Nations in Morocco, where he actively supported the national football team, reinforcing morale and national backing for the squad. And that was all we have for you on Idea TV News Update. But before we go, here is a recap of the headlines. Nigerian troops recover army trucks stolen by IPOB and ESN. Syria partners with Visa to boost digital economy. Dimension Data Nigeria raises 2 billion naira for digital infrastructure. Amazon eyed Kenyan for satellite internet expansion. Ghana pushes sustainable aviation fuel for net zero by 2050. And away from Africa, US and Iran holds third round of talks to avert conflict. In business, Hub2 EcoBank to link 200 million mobile wallets. In health, ZULUM set security resettlement project completion as 2026 priorities. And finally, in sport, Nigerian Customs supports athletes training grant. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms at Idea Television. I am Mary Ojuma. Thank you for watching.